All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. The honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutation and much love to Yahakim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Osh from Great Millstone, Tampa, back with another lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. It's like here. Let's like it just get changed the light so you can see me. But as you see the title of the video, biohacking leading to the mark of the beast. All right, and got a couple articles here lined up, right along with some scripture, which we'll go ahead and start in that first and foremost. Which at this point, you should know the scriptures already as far as what the mark of the beast is. If you've been watching Great Millstone on down, the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, you should be very familiar with the mark of the beast at this point. But we're going to read it anyway. Revelation 13:16 gets straight to the point. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So by now, here it is 2023. You should be able to identify, okay, what the mark of the beast is. And for you that are out there teaching, all right, the scriptures, you should be able to clearly identify what the mark of the beast is. Okay, not being wishy-washy about it. Maybe it's this, maybe it's not that. Oh, it's not this, but what is it? Okay, we have to be very clear on what we speak. Okay, the Lord is not the author of confusion, first and foremost. And this chip is nothing to be played with it, because as I'm going to bring out, these articles are going into. I try to get some older ones to show you that this is nothing new. Jake want to keep playing games and say, "Oh, it's June," which that was years ago. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into these articles. This is on Bitcoin.com or newsbitcoin.com, and this is from 2019. If you can see there, all right, and it says installing a subdermal Bitcoin wallet is only for the brave. So this is in 2019, but it was this guy actually did it in 2014. Okay, and Salakia, let me do this so you can see the whole screen. It should be better right there. You don't need to see me, shit. Where it says in 2014, so this is 10 years, almost about 10 years ago, almost. And it's going to go into it that this dude, he had a cold storage, I believe that's the term, of his Bitcoin. But anyway, you can look into all that. But it says in 2014, Dutch entrepreneur Martin Wijsmeer made headlines by having a pair of Bitcoin wallets embedded under the skin. Yeah, I'll say so. He had Bitcoin wallets embedded under his skin. But what is it? Is it a literal wallet? Well, yeah, it is. It's digital. Because what is Bitcoin? And I've been saying this for years. Through the spirit, I believe that Esau allowed all these people to become millionaires off of cryptocurrencies for a reason. All right, to entice you, to make you think everything's cool and dandy, and in digital currency is the way to go, which is all programmable. Okay, if you go into the CBDCs, it's all programmable. It tells you that it's programmable. It's going to be programmable. All right, they're going to be able to tell you what you can and can't buy, where you can buy at, how far away from your house you'll be able to buy things. Okay, how much of certain products you'll be able to buy per week. All right, and that's they can do that even before they start mandating this chip, which I see this escalating very quickly through the spirit. They're not doing no trial runs and plots or pilots anymore. They've already gotten in books in their like we mentioned on Sunday's class. They're Oh, no, I mentioned that. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos last week, maybe. They're about to fast pace or fast track their agenda, not Agenda 2030. All that is all bullshit. Those numbers mean nothing. Esau is about to fast track this. Okay. And we'll get to why I'm saying that here in a bit. But it says, since then, various cypherpunks and tech journalists have had microchips embedded into their hands. Anyone interested, and he's not the first one. 2014 wasn't the first year. Just going back to the early 90s. Okay, so on and so forth. But look at this. It says Bitcoin's relationship with the mark of the beast theories. And we're here to tell you it's not a theory, it's an absolute fact. As we read in the scriptures, you can't get around the scriptures. Okay, they could call it theory all they want, conspiracy, whatever they want to call it. All right, the facts speak for themselves, and the scriptures are speaking loud and clear. But let's keep reading though. It says anyone interested in getting a chip for the purpose of boasting a bio-implanted Bitcoin wallet. What is a wallet and what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency, a cryptocurrency that you can actually go to the store and use. And don't tell me otherwise, because I've done it with my. I'm not going to go into details. I don't have a chip. I'm not saying that, but if you own some Bitcoin, you can use it at the store. And if you don't believe me, that's your problem. I've seen people do it, and I've actually done it with a card, a credit. Pretty much like a debit card. All right, using Bitcoin to pay. And so what? This dude used it, put it into his body. It says should be cautious, however, as the procedure is not for the faint-hearted. Bitcoin wallets under the skin. Again, this was 2009 or 2019, Slovakia. It says the idea of getting an integrated circuit device or RFID, which we're going to go into it because RFID, NFC is the same technology, but I have another article around here somewhere. Hopefully that's one of them, because I was going through. I did this earlier today, Slovakia. I wasn't able to put the video out earlier today because Jake had to do some shit. But I saved the articles, emailed them to myself. I'm not sure if I emailed all of them, but Lord's will, this will be edifying either way. But RFID is radio frequency identification, as we know. But NFC is a two-way communication, so to say. RFID can just present the information, and then NFC can go back and forth, send and receive. If you actually go into it, that's why your phone, if you do Apple Pay or Google Pay, whatever, Samsung Pay, and there's an option on your phone to turn the NFC on or off. Well, at least on Samsung it is. But anyway, it says RFID transponder embedded into your skin probably seems alien. It's not without its advocates, however. Over the years, various cryptocurrency enthusiasts have engaged in biohacking by embedding a microchip with a Bitcoin wallet into their hand. Yeah, how did they put the Bitcoin wallet into their microchip? Well, I'll tell you how. Let's go to this. Look, Revelation 13:17. Let's go to the word mark, because that's the question. How did they put the Bitcoin wallet into the microchip? Well, and again, you can use this Bitcoin wallet to purchase things as we speak. Okay, so how did they put the Bitcoin wallet into that microchip? Let's go to the word mark. It goes into Charagma, which we know to be the RFID, NFC, implantable, whatever implantable device, Neuralink, whatever fancy title they want to put on it, the actual technology being inserted into you. All right, whether they call it a chip or whether they call it a tag, whatever they want, is the same technology. You go to the root word of that, the Karax is the method of delivery. And it's the same method they used for the jump shot. Just so you know, that was a conditioning in a trial run. But here's the point. Go to the root word of that, which is grapho. And what does it mean? To write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate letters on a tablet. Here's the point, though. Where is it at? It says to write with reference to express in written characters. It's like, yeah, let me turn this down. To commit in writing, things not to be forgotten, written down, record. So what are they recording? Your Bitcoin or your wallet. And we know the I did a video last week, I believe, about the digital ID, linking up to that. So if you haven't seen that video, check that out as well. It says, use of those things which stand written in the sacred book of the Old Testament. All right, here's the point though. To write to one, no, that's not it. Or was it? Okay, I mean, it's literally to grave, especially to write. I mean, that's the point though. Because what is it, right? They call it coding, all right? How do they put that information in there? You have to program it, okay? You have to program the chip, okay? So let's keep reading because they even call it, well, let's just keep reading. It says, biohacking by embed, which matter of fact, let's go into this. Check this out. Let's go to the online etymology. Look at this. What the hell was that? Let's go back. This is the world we live in. Hold on. Now they're going to look at this madness. Where was that? Oh, it ain't going to pop up. Man, that was some satanic shit. Well, you run the video back and see it. All right, so let's go into hacking. Something I was looking at earlier. Let's go into hack because that's the biohacking would be the present term, but hack, all right, would be the I guess the base, the root word of it. It says to cut roughly, cut with chopping blows. Yeah, you're gonna get cut with the Koroks. So yeah, that's how you biohack yourself. Because how do they biohack themselves? They have to cut themselves open to put this ESOS technology into them, right? That's. I mean, shit. You want, if you don't believe me, check this out. Let's go. Let's go to Google real quick and just type in biohacking, and let's pull up some images and see what they're doing. How do you think they got these things inside their bodies? Huh? Look. Huh? You think they just magically appeared inside of them? Whether it be the chip, robotic arms, defibrillators, all these crazy things. The Esau has to cut you open to put it into you. All right, so they have to hack you, right? To cut you roughly, but you know they have scalpels and whatnot now. It's precise cutting and laser cutting and all that, but it doesn't change the fact that they're opening you up. All right, which is one of the words right here in the Koroks. It says to sharpen to a point akin to G1125 through the idea of scratching. And if you go into the word scratch, matter of fact, we'll go to the word scratch real quick. Check this out. Which I've brought this out before, but it never gets old with us. It says scratch. I think it's the noun. Let me see. Okay, well, right here, scratch verb, mark or wound slightly on the surface by scraping or tearing action with something rough, sharp, or pointed. And that would be the Koroks. To scratch. Let me see here. I know there's the meaning relieve skin irritation. No, that's not. There's one that says slight. Oh, look, scratch the devil. Yeah, that's who's gonna scratch you. The devil, Esau, Edom. Oh, here it is. The noun, a scratch, a slight wound or laceration, slight tear in the skin or surface produced by something sharp or rough. And again, in this case, is the Koroks that's going to scratch you, make that tear in your flesh to do what? Insert the Karagma. And then after they put that Karagma in you, then go ahead and use and grapho the information in there. Whether it be the digital ID, your medical information, your money, your what to say, your Bitcoin wallet, so on and so forth. But let's go back to this article. It says it's not out without its advocates. However, over the years, various cryptocurrency enthusiasts have engaged in biohacking by embedding a microchip with a Bitcoin wallet in their hand. In their hand. In their hand? Why not on? Why not on their elbow? Why not? Well, because the scriptures tell you what the deal is. And he caused all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive and mark in their right hand. And again, the right hand, you could take it in your left hand. Either way, you could take it in your forehead. You could take it on your ass cheek, which, let's be real, people ain't gonna be taking chips on their ass cheeks. They're gonna be taking them in their hands and in their foreheads, via Neuralink and all the other brands of brain chips they have. And like Apostle Hard just recently went into right hand say is Dexios, right? If you're ambidextrous, that means you can use both hands. So don't be stupid. Let's go back to this though. It says on March 15, journalist Bailey Rutzel, probably a German, right? Recently, or one of them devils out there in the beast nations, right? Recently wrote how she got the mark of the beast and explained how it would now hold her Bitcoin, which is money. You can buy and sell right now with Bitcoin. And she has a chip that allows her to use that and stores it. And she's even calling it the mark of the beast. So they keep playing games with it. You see how Esau does? He makes light of it. He thinks it's all funny. All right. Funny how? Okay, keep playing. Reference to Goodfellas. Roots Rootsell said she was inspired when she first met Martin Weismeyer, or another devil, otherwise known as Mr. Bitcoin. I'm guessing this is Mr. Bitcoin. And you know what he has? He has death and destruction coming for him. Most likely he's an Edomite. I don't know him personally, so I can't tell you for sure, but it ain't looking too good. In 2014, and again, this is almost 10 years ago. Numerous media outlets reported on Mr. Bitcoin wallets embedded into each of his hands. The two wallets were NFC Type 2 compliant chipsets for cold storage. Yes, it is. This is what I mentioned earlier about the cold storage for cryptocurrencies. You pretty much, in other words, they want to store their cryptocurrencies offline so nobody can steal it. In other words, and hot wallet use as well. So hot wallet is actually moving with the market. But anyway, it says in 2016, BuzzFeed reporter Charlie Warzel described how he got a Bitcoin wallet implanted into his hand in What the Mark of the Beast Taught Me About the Future of Money. Come on, man. See, even though they playing games with it, they telling you what it is. They're telling you what the mark of the beast is and how teaching them about money as the scriptures prescribe what it's going to be used for, mainly, chiefly. All right, because we know as the prophets of the Lord it's going to be for more than that. Esau's not retarded. He's going to use this for more than just money, but this is the main indicator that we'll be able to use to identify what the mark of the beast is. So let's keep going, because I don't want to read through all these articles because I got a couple more, but so let's keep going. Um, this is ABC News. This is from 2019 as well. It says real life Tony Stark, right, the Iron Man, has 4 computer chips implanted in his hands and does cool stuff with them. Biohacking. This type of body modification is known as biohacking. So let's go back to this um, online etymology. Where were we? We was at the noun. Yeah, noun two is say was it, or was it? Lucky. Let's see what it was. Had to cut. Yeah, because they're saying they're hacking in the sense of here it is. Hack verse 2 or verb 2. This is the one that they're talking about, biohacking. All right, because I seen a video earlier of the one of the original guys. I wish I could pull it up, but I can't remember what article it was. But anyway, he was pretty much saying people are doing biohacking to make the human body better. So what are they doing? They're illegally enter a computer system. So what Esau is doing, he's illegally entering into your into the human body, right? The computer, because what is the computer system pretty much made off of? A human body. And they're illegally, like if you hack into somebody's computer, you're illegal, you're in there trying to change things up. All right. Or you're trying to, if you hack your own computer, right, you're trying to get upgrades, which and that's what in this sense that's what Esau's trying to say. He's saying he's better than the Most High. All right, that's why Scripture says he sets himself up as the Most High. What is that in Thessalonians? Let's see. I think it's I'll just type in this above God. I think that's how it's quoted or referenced in Thessalonians, I believe. In the book of Thessalonians. Yep, Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is." Well, let me read verse 3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day," again, Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." So this is the man of sin, son of perdition, is who is going to talk about in the fourth verse, "who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High." So he's opposing and exalting himself above the Most High through what? Through his biohacking, his technology, saying you can do better. You can become a better person. We can create GMO foods with seedless food, synthetic drugs, all this bullshit, synthetics and artificial this and that, virtual reality. Esau Edom is saying that he is above the Most High. He's trying to say he sits in that seat, but we see that it's all negative at the end of the day. It's all backfiring. It's got side effects and so on and so forth. So let me read that again. Said, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped," and that's why he has the mark of the beast. All right. Nope. Go back. Nope. Salakia. Uh, I need Revelation 14. Let me read that again. It says, "Or that is worship." So he's saying he is above the Most High, and or that is worshipped. So he's saying he's above the Most High, and that's why he wants you to worship his image. It says, "Doom for the worshipers of the beast." Because what is going to happen to the worshipers of the beast? They're going to end up taking the chip. Again, this man wants to be above Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and anything worshipped, which you're supposed to worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So check this out. It says, well, we'll get back to this because let me just read the ninth verse. It says, in the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and his image," so he wants you to worship him. Okay, Esau Edom wants you to worship him, and what's going to come with that worship? And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So we'll come back to that. So, and then it goes on in Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4, it says, "So that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." And that's why he's coming with all this revolutionary technology. It's like Tony Stark did. Like this is a Marvel movie, right? He doing all these things, biohacking and exoskeletons and all this crazy shit with his technology, the miracles, right? He see them through his miracles, roughly paraphrasing. So let me just go ahead and run through this. It says he's sort of like the Avengers, Tony Stark in real life. No, he's not. He's a loser that's going to be destroyed. Ben Workman, a 29-year-old software engineer. What does software engineers work with? Software, meaning they be programming shit. Going back to the word graphos. It's anyway. Well, matter of fact, let me just double check that because maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. What is a Okay, well, I don't know why I Googled it. Let's go to Google and type in what, like Jeopardy, what is software engineering is the branch of computer science that deals with the design, development, testing, and maintenance of software applications. Software engineers apply engineering principles and knowledge of programming languages to build software solutions. So they're the ones that do the graphos. Okay, to make it make sense. It says is a tinkerer and has fused technology with his own body. Again, biohacking. Workman has RFID and NFC computer chips implanted in his hands. Another guy destined for destruction. Okay, because they think they're pushing this as it's all cool. And again, this article is from 2019. It says he also has a Tesla key implanted into his right hand to control access to his Tesla vehicle and a magnet in his left hand, which he says he mostly uses for Marvel villain Magneto like entertainment purposes, such as pulling paper clips and metal chains towards his hands magnetic field. See, and that goes to show you Esau's a fucking loser. He has to replicate everything with his bullshit technology or his witchcraft or sorceries, just like the Egyptians had to recreate everything through their witchcraft and sorceries. When Moses and Aaron came on the scene with the miracles that the Yahweh Shemel Shai allowed them to do or did through them. So Esau, yeah, he might be able to recreate because like Marvel, the Magneto, we're not gonna need anything implanted into us, right? Magnets and shit to do what Magneto did. Okay, but Esau, he needs that to pick up paper clips. That's the best he can do. He can pick up a paper clip, okay, with his Magneto implant. You see how low level the left hand side is compared to the right hand side? We don't need no implants. We don't need nothing. All we need is faith. How about that? Let's read on. It says, with the RFID and NFC chips, his hand replaced some functionality of a smartphone. And that's what they're going to push it really as. You know, very soon you're not going to be able to use your phone no more. So, let's see here. I mean, I ain't going to go into all that. That dude's a loser. Look at him. But anyway, one last article. It says computerworld.com. It says getting chipped. And this is from 2014, October 28th. No, what's lucky it's not. Okay, yeah, just don't let you highlight nothing for some reason. Anyway, you see it on the screen there. It says October 28, 2014. Yeah, you can see it. All right, it says getting chipped. Why I will live with an NFC chip implant for a year. It says, and again, this is 2014. It says, what happens when you get an NFC chip implant? IDG Netherlands news editor Renee Shoemaker is testing that out. So again, people were trying this out for almost 10 years ago, or more than 10 years ago. Again, it goes back to the 90s, really, the first person that got chipped. If not the early 90s, if not the late 80s. Check out the Mark of the Beast videos on the channel. It says there are days when, okay, see, this is the article I didn't want to bring out. I must have copied and pasted this one and not the other one. Well, let's read through it. Fuck it. It says Amsterdam. There are days when even your wife thinks you're crazy. In many cases of those days was when I told her I decided to implant a near NFC chip in my hand. Yeah, so yeah, your woman, and that shame your woman had more sense than you. Okay, yeah, this is not the article I wanted though. Uh, but let's see here. Okay, let's read it though. It says I got chipped together with 9 other volunteers during the IT Innovation Day organized by IDG Netherlands. The other volunteers and I will spend the next 12 months testing the use. So they were like guinea pigs, rats, of an NFC chip in our daily life to see whether having the chip implanted in our bodies is more useful than using a chip embedded on a card or in a smartphone. So far, it has been pretty useless. We are still in the process of coming up with possible applications such as using the chip to pay for public transportation or in shops and restaurants. So again, this is 2014. So they was trying to get this shit together a decade ago. They've already got it together. The systems are in place. All right. While you punk ass was at home during the C19, all right, the lockdowns, and they were setting up everything. Okay, every store now has contactless payments. So that article really, this article can go to the trash. Get out of here. And now we'll go to this last article because this is going to be a global thing. All right. And again, if you take this chip, you're going to be destroyed. So let's finish off this Revelation 14 in verse 10. It says the same. So if you well, let's start at 9 again, because again, remember, he wants you to worship him because he's setting himself up above the most high. He's saying he's better. He can upgrade you. He can do a biohacking with his technology and make you better, make your legs move again, make your heart beat properly, make you a paraplegic, drive a race car. All right. Revelation 14:9. And the third, and again, we understand that the clear indicator is going to be the buying and selling, but this devil has many more purposes for this technology. But ultimately, it's going to come down to, can you buy and sell? Okay, because you might be able to walk with the Neuralink, but can you buy and sell with it? That's the indicator. Okay, it's not just about getting something implanted in you. It's about, is it going to let you buy and sell? And either way, if it don't, you're still a dumbass because you're still going to die. Because what you're going to buy and sell when there's nothing to buy when shit hits the fan. But anyway, Revelation 14:9, and the third angel. Well, you know what? Let's read this in a different translation. Let's read it in the NLT. See what that said. I don't know. Anyway, in Revelation 14:9, then the third angel followed them, shouting, "Anyone who worships the beast and his statue," which you know what? The NIV, I think it goes in a little better. Statue, which is image, but we know the image to be these philosophies, his new world order, what he's pushing down everybody's throat as we speak. Says a third angel followed them and said in a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast and its image and receive its mark on the forehead or in their hand, they too will drink the wine of God's fury." See that, and I wanted to pull out an article that somebody quoted that. He said, I'm not going to drink of God's fury because I took a chip. They're pretty much mocking the mark of the beast and mocking the scriptures. I wish I would have had that one, but it's all good. They too will drink the wine of God's fury, which has been poured full strength into the cup of his wrath. They will be tormented with burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb. That's why it's going to be as in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? But it's going to be worse. Okay. So we'll finish off on this. Oh, real quick. Revelation 3, before we read this next article, because again, it's coming up. Everybody's going to have to, you see all these different sides that they're portraying. It's all bullshit. They're all in cahoots. Revelation 3:10 in the NIV. Since you have kept my command to endure patiently, I will also keep you from the hour of trial that is going to come on the whole world to test the inhabitants of the earth. So a time of testing is coming. And are you going to have the faith to endure it? That's what it's going to come down to. So here it is, just a quick one. CryptoNews.com says all Russians will be able to use digital ruble in 2024. So what I mentioned earlier about Agenda 2030 and all this bullshit talks, listen, they're speeding this up. All Russians will be able to use a digital ruble in 2024. Come on, man. And let me just read a little bit. This is the Russian government wants to fast track the launch of digital ruble, and now claims that all citizens, all, both small and great, will be able to use the CBDC in 2024. So yeah, eventually, see, it says the central bank was previously claimed that Russians, and who owns that central bank? Why don't you do the research? Who owns Russia's central bank? And get back to me. Leave it on the comment board. It says the central bank has previously claimed that Russians may have to wait until 2027 for a full nation rollout. But in recent weeks, senior government officials have suggested that they favor a quicker launch of CBDCs. They fast tracking all of this, man. So that's the point. I ain't gonna keep reading on. If you want the articles, there it is. Pause the video, type it in, or just all you gotta do is go. Usually, all you gotta do is Google this. All right, and it'll come up. So Lord's willing, this is edifying. to the hopeful elect. All right. Take heed to what's going on and pray that Yahweh Shemel Shai keeps you in these last times. It's going to get tough, like what we just read. All right, it's going to be a time of trial and testing. You're going to have to prove yourself to Yahweh Shemel Shai if you want to receive salvation and be found worthy in His sight. All right, to even be redeemed. So, with that, Lord's willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rachapadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who rule well. And salutation, much love to the Akim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. And salutation as well to the men, women, and children learning in truth and sincerity. Shalom.